And that's the thing that I said, that first experience that brought me to this season. I walked away at 32 because I was able to run my numbers and see that I did have that freedom when my daughter was born, because all I want to do is be that dad that was around.
Yeah.
The experience in combat is what put me in that mindset of knowing that life wasn't promised. My commitment to working with women was based upon me saying, if anything unexpectedly ever happened to me, I would have sold into the lives of women such that she'd have role models that I'd want her to follow. And so I've always been purpose-driven and very intentional in that particular manner. And that whole idea of being able to have the option is what I've always strived for. And like I said, I'm in a rebirth season now because it's based upon me being intentional about telling the story and then inviting others to come along if that's something that they have the courage to think about.
Yeah.
Think about what I just now said. Having the courage to think about actually being free.
Yeah.
So many people are constrained by the socialization of doing things the way that everyone else is doing it and not being cognizant of, well, do you really want that outcome? It's insane.
Yeah.
But if you don't have environments where you're talking about that, if you don't have the relationships where you're engaged like that, if it's not being challenged, then we'll continue to get the same thing. And as a parent, I'm fighting against that because though my children have grown up with this whole exposure to all of this, what I realize though is when they go to school, they're around and impacted and influenced by kids who've been raised by other parents that don't have my background and those mindsets. So inevitably, they're more like everyone else when they had the exposure because that's what it was. So
I feel you on that.